That's definitely the most important aspect of today, right? Like nothing else important is going on. First things first, congratulations. We should all celebrate this. Poisoned Earth Frog, you were the first viewer to redeem first this stream. So pat yourself on the back, you get to be first. I also don't think I mentioned this as the last time, because I hadn't seen you at the beginning, and so you were the last time. Lastly. I hope I said that the right number of times. Happy Wednesday Day. Clearly, that's what's happening today. That's what's going on. Anyway, happy Canada Day to Canadians. Canada Day. Canadiana Day. Canada. Yay. Kate, that's a very, sorry. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Kate. Welcome in, Poison Death Frog. Welcome in, SNK. So happy to have you all here. Kate, it's a really interesting thing that you celebrated Canada Day by watching an Australian, I assume, man eat Canadian exclusive snacks. First of all, love that. Please give me more content like that. It's hilarious. But two, I was also just watching Australians on TV. And so that's a weird choice that we both were like, you know what content I would like to consume on Canada Day? Australian content. That is what I would like to consume on Canada Day. I mean, I did literally consume Canadian-made ice cream, so that was something. Aussies are cool. And in this heat wave, you need some cools. I have my bow as orange today because of the orange weather warning by the Weather Network that is like, heat, please be safe and please be careful. And our apartment is doing a great job, but we have left it twice today, and both times I was like, oof, it's a bad choice. So we just live here. Heat? What heat? What heat? I don't know if anyone else just got slammed by rain. But yeah, this is a really fun weather experience. What I'm saying is, maybe we should care a little bit about the world. Listen to scientists. Please stop murdering the earth. Thank you. Not any of you individually, obviously. Unless one of you happens to secretly be a billionaire and or trillionaire, at which point, yes, I am speaking directly to you. Okay? Okay, great. Glad that we've cleared that up. You're keeping cool by using the power of denial? Well, rivers are helpful for keeping cool, but I'd personally recommend... Yeah, no, you can stay in denial. There's no need to move from that spot. You're fine. Speaking of cool, as in the opposite of warmth, I've decided to continue to be in denial about the weather outside. Of course Sony said that. How rude. And I am in a video game right now where it's snowing. And so it's clearly snowing. We're fine. We can all cool off and have a nice time, hopefully. Hopefully a nice, cool, spiderless time. That is what we are looking to have. So guys, this is Snowpeak, by the way. If you were a secret billionaire, you'd already not be one? Correct. I don't remember if I've said this on stream before, but Kay Menzel came up with, as far as I'm concerned, the most brilliant idea in the universe, which is that we just should, like, globally, society-wise, not permit billionaires. The second you earn your $1 billionth dollar, you get a trophy, and that trophy says you won. And that's it. Anything above that 999999999 mark, just goes straight to governments and institutions that are going to, like, help the world. You're not allowed. You are just not permitted to own that level of wealth. And I thought that that was a really funny idea. It has no possibility of implementation, but it's a really funny idea. Just like, oh, look, you won the capitalism. Here, I have a trophy, and all of your money now goes over here. Thank you. Like, the problem is that's not really how money works. Or assets. Or a lot of things. But I super vibe with the idea of, like, if I were a billionaire, oh my goodness. This is possibly the most words that have ever been on screen for a word of the stream redemption. And so, I am excited to read this. Poison Frog, thank you so much for redeeming a word of the stream. Context. I like that your word of the stream comes with context. That's phenomenal. Your wizard novel, very exciting, has a sorceress, also very exciting, named Madame Mysteria, Mistress of Madness. I love that. That also reminds me a little bit of Madame Mim from Sword in the Stone, and I love her. So, like, this is sounding great to me. Madame Mysteria, Mistress of Madness. Beautiful. Plumbery Muffin once redeemed a word of the stream, Mushterious book. Yes, Mushterious was one of my favorite words to mash up with moosh. Mash up with moosh. Moosh up. It was one of my favorite words to moosh up. And it made you think of the word of the stream. So from Madame Mysteria, Mistress of Madness, we get Musha Mushsteria, Mushtress of Mooshness. Ah, that's so beautiful. That's gorgeous, Poison Earth Frog. I love it. Very well done. Now we have to treat this as one word. Good luck. Listen, Kate. You cannot tell me that I'm not going to put the entire context on the back of the board. I mean, already, Musha Mushsteria Mushtress of Mooshness is not going to fit on this board, and I am going to make it fit. Watch me. Ooh. Did y'all know I had green chalk? Because somehow I have never reached into that box and pulled out green. This is unused chalk. Cool. You're very committed to bits. Just write really small, like extra fine print. Got it. Okay. Mushum Mushsteria. Oops. Slight spelling error. It's fine. I'll fix it. Okay. This is overwhelming. So much pressure. You just had to make the request. All the pressure. Don't worry about the spelling error. It'll be fixed in post. Poison Frog, I really appreciate it when you share what goes on in your head. It's a fun place to be. Or it seems like. I've never actually been there. But I do enjoy the little glimpses. Moostress. I keep wanting to add extra S's. Mooshness. Okay. This one should be relatively easy to spell. Insanity. Mexico! It's your boy! Oh, hello, unicorn! Extra S's is okay. We allow this spelling. Well, you know what? Since you are the one who created the title, invented the character, and typed it all out, you are really the only person, Poison Frog, who would be able to tell us whether or not the spelling is correct. Mexico, thank you so much for redeeming Let's Go to the Lobby, aka Eat Everything. We will get there. I have removed the extra S's. But there you are, Poison Frog. I am fairly certain the print is too small for this to actually be, like, properly visible on stream. But our word of the stream. Word of the stream is Musha Mushsteria Mushtress of Mooshness. Not bad. I made it fit. And now you can't see anything. Salt! Hello! Hello, the Morton Salt Girl. Welcome in. You can see it and it's beautiful. I'm so glad, Poison Death Frog. Thank you for that beautiful word of the stream. So snack time, chat. We haven't even done anything. It's just a holiday, and so we can take it off and just have some snacks. So, Mexico, very delightfully, very hilariously, I have a new flavor of chips, and when I bought this, K-Menzel said no, and I bought them anyway, just so you know. This is kind of the perfect place to be for this heat. We can live vicariously through Lidna. It's not Linda, it's Lidna, because it's Lincoln Midna, but you could... just calling them Lidna and being like, I'm not mispronouncing anything, what are you talking about? So Mexico. Here's the slow reveal. It is Ruffles. It is made in Canada because it is Canada Day. That's not why I got it. I just like Ruffles. And it is dill pickle. Usually the green ones are sour cream and onion. I didn't know they had a dill pickle flavor. I saw this for the first time yesterday when we were picking up some milk, and I was just like, yoink, and Kimenzel was like, no, and I was like, and I got him anyway. I think it's new. I mean, not only do I think it's new, K-Bloomer, that right there in the corner says limited edition, édition limitée, because this is Canadian and so they also have to put everything in French. Anyways, so I'm excited to try this because if you have been in this stream before, like ever, you've probably heard me talk about my favorite chip brands. No, this is not sponsored, but Ruffles, you should hit me up because this right here is my favorite chip brand. I just like them better. And I do like me the occasional dill pickle chip. I usually have to go to, gasp, LoZ when I'm gonna eat dill pickle because Ruffles didn't make one and yet. So I'm a little bit excited to try this, but I'm also not sure because Ruffles tends to be very what's the word, saturated flavors, if I could say that. I'm used to using saturation as like a color. That's what the Aussie man you watched said. Okay. They are just better. So it's possible that this is going to be too overwhelming of a flavor for my preference, but I'm excited to try them, and so thank you again, Mexico, for redeeming Let's Eat Everything. This is my dehydrate. Got myself 2 chippy chips. I don't do sponsor stuff, but should I get Ruffles to sponsor me? Yes. All dressed chips are so good. Okay, the bouquet is not bad. It's not overwhelming. I did just say that like I was a fancy sommelier, but we can ignore that. Okay. They're good. They're very dill, but they aren't actually hyper flavored dill, which is interesting. It means I can still taste potato. And that is fascinating. All right. Not the worst dill pickle flavor I've had. Still the best chip as a base. And very interesting. So if you, like myself, ever get cravings for pickle flavor and you don't want to just eat a pickle, Ruffles is not a terrible option. Okay. No but for real. Lidna. You got to wondering why Wolf Link as a concept was never re-explored? Listen. Kid Link is a puppy. Okay, Poison Darth Frog, this is important. Nintendo has not yet released their remake of Ocarina of Time. Get someone on the phone stat. Probably you won't get anywhere with it. But that actually is kind of adorable, the idea of, like, young Link as a young wolf. So cute. Okay, Mexico, as part of your, let's go to the lobby, aka eat everything, the dehydrate was the chips, and then there's also going to be seasonal candy, non-seasonal candy, and a hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. And so I am taking that drink in my Charmander mug, which is orange, and has a whole bunch of fire on it, which is important because it is very hot outside. And I wanted to acknowledge that. Anyway, it's very cute. And it is just water because I cannot afford to hurt my hydration at all. Buddy Link, but for gritty reboots. I like that take. So my seasonal candy, I understand that it is Canada Day literally today, but I am not yet willing to let go of June. So this is still an honorary June Day, which means I still have my lovely little rainbow candy. Sour rainbows. They're quite delicious, actually. But Kate, it is so good. And they should have remade it like 15 more times, but they stopped at 12 and then made a couple of weird games. They retconned a spirit animal from a bunny to a wolf. Well, they're wrong. Even this boy, this goodest boy, you can tell that even he isn't a wolf on the inside. Because he plays so well with the puppies and the kitties. Is that a fire-breathing lizard? That's a pretty cool animated emote. This is so sour, it made my eye twitch, and I love that. Now here's the joke for my Lizalfos. Here's the joke for my non-seasonal candy Mexico. Oh my gosh, this is so sour. It's Canada Day. And so what is the least Canadian candy? And that would be American Smarties. We've had this discussion on this channel before. We've had this discussion repeatedly and a lot on this channel before. In Canada, we have this candy, but we call it Rockets. And in America, they call this candy Smarties. But in Canada, we already have a candy called Smarties. So we had to call it something else. And so, as my very non-seasonal candy, delicious. Anyways, we're on a snowy mountain, which I think we're probably just gonna stay here. Like, this is just gonna be the stream chat. It's so hot outside right now, and the world is burning. And so we can just sit here and look at this screen and watch snow. That sounds like a great stream, right? I guess I'll pick up my controller. I had not been holding it. It's been 20 minutes. That is correct. Why would I play the game when I could just sit here and stare at snow? This is the first I've touched my controller since I turned the console on Poison Dart Frog. Anyway, so here's what we're doing. Why you're surprised at the fact that I just talk so much? The 20 minutes passed with absolutely no gameplay. Gee, I have no idea. That's gonna get heated. No, it's too hot already, Kate. Keep that Sony discussion away from me. Too hot. You're just here to chat about puppies? Same. Look at this good boy. Isn't he the goodest boy? Such a good boy. Very good boy. Okay. So the goal is, there's a monster that lives on this mountain. My assumption is the monster that lives on this mountain happens to be the boss of our next dungeon, so I'm kind of expecting to run into a dungeon. But to get there, if you weren't here last week, what we had to do was we had to talk to the explorer who was here. She showed us a picture, and in the picture, we then showed to the Zora. And the Zora live, like, right through that tunnel. And so I showed them the picture. And they were like, oh, cool, that awful monster is holding a Reekfish. And so then we had to talk to the prince, who has an earring that doubles as a hook that is the right kind of coral to catch a reekfish. And then we had to catch a reekfish. I still don't know how to fish, but they were extremely kind to me on that particular fishing trip. And so we caught a reekfish, and it smelled so bad that now we remember the smell. And then we came back here. And oh, hey, look, there's the smell. So my theory, this is extremely obvious and everyone knows this already, is I'm pretty sure I have to follow the scent and see where it goes, and hopefully eventually somewhere this will lead me to a dungeon. In all seriousness, please buy physical games if you can. I do, in fact, try constantly. I even bought... This isn't even a physical game, and I still bought it like this rather than digitally. Because it's not, like... I mean, I guess it's a cartridge, but mostly it's a download code now, and the cartridge is for show, and I still bought the physical copy. Because if they're not going to give me a better deal for buying digital, why would I do it? That's silly. I like. My bookcase is beautiful. Thank you for noticing it. Smelly fish. Smelly fish. Smelly fish. What are they feeding you? Amazing. Mexico! A 15 stream streak. That's very impressive. Okay. I need to actually see about this. I love how it just kind of stops here. Like the monster just leapt. Ooh, dig spots. If all I get is digital, at some point my friends and family don't know what to wrap for my birthday. That's actually pretty valid. Right. Libraries and children's hospital. That's interesting. Huh. Kate, you make some really fun points about accessibility there. Okay, well, I can't precisely follow the scent trail. Was I going this way? Uh-oh. Which way am I going? Those are really cool wolves, but they're made out of ice, so I don't technically have to acknowledge them, I don't think. I don't know why I'm running around like this. Why is she just running away from me? I mean, I guess that's fine. Whoops. That one actually hit me. Oh, hello! Not what I was expecting, but I will in fact destroy this Poe. Birthday. You do have British parents. Birthday. I tend to call it my birthday. Every day for you. So Kate, I do agree that it is tricky with digital only copies for things like libraries. That actually does remove accessibility of modern gen consoles from libraries, which in some respect can hurt the relevance of a library, but more it feels to me like it hurts the cultural relevance of the games, which is very frustrating. And then similarly, like, I guess to some extent, a children's hospital could still be gifted a console with digital games on it, but they are account locked. And so it does feel like you'd have to donate the money that was earmarked for them to purchase that kind of thing, because you can no longer just donate old games, you know? Like, if we actually do go all digital. You have 7 active library cards. So I technically have 3 active library cards, but one of them gives me access to 5 different library systems because they're part of like a regional like trade of materials. Where does that net me? Because the 3 active library cards, I've worked for 2 libraries, and I live in a region that is neither of those libraries, and so I have 3 cards. Because when you work for a library, shockingly, even if you don't live in their region, they do actually let you get a library card, and so I have 3 in my wallet right now, but I am curious about like the fact that my one actual card based in the region where I live gives me access to the 5 different libraries. I don't know if I would count that as having 5 other cards. I think I still just have 3 cards and permission. This is why you can't edit videos in the summer heat when you've got all your fans on, because you can't hear. That makes perfect sense. You have an inactive NYC card at the opening of Ghostbusters. That's kind of funny. Whoop. Okay, I go this way more. Whoop. I am hitting the wrong button, and that is apparently fine. Hello? Hello. Interesting. Can I go around? Yes, I can. Well, that's very good. I'm glad. So this monster is clearly taller than me. Because he didn't have to go around. Just hiccuping because he couldn't stop while filming. That is actually kind of amazing. This is very snowy. And I can see lovely wolves down there. Look at the pretty little wolfie. Clearly they just want to be friends. Wait a minute. Chat! Oh my gosh. I bet y'all can't see this because the resolution isn't good enough. But I was just sitting here being kind of curious because it seemed like a safety zone. And I saw that I could see the wolves because they glow just slightly. But you know what else glows just slightly? I'm going to try to line it up in between Midna's, like, armor bits. Yeah, right above her hair. Right there, there is a glowing lantern, which means there is a Poe there. Yepers! Okay, hold on. Because I shall not let this slide. It is not the right way to go. Whoop. Whoops! Oops. Hey chat, what the heck? Okay, this is fine. I can totally get back there again. It is a lot easier to see with the wolf sense on, which is why I'm so surprised I spotted it without. Okay, so it's just before the ledges. This whole thing is just a hill. I probably don't need to follow this precisely. Am I just running with friends now? Oof. I don't like that he made a sad noise. I really am not liking the sad noises. Oop. Whoop. Oh gosh. Okay. That one really was literally just running with us. Ow! That one pointed me. That's okay. Okay. Here's the ledges again, which means he's over here. And we have to be careful how we jump at him, because we can, in fact... I'm so sorry. If it helps... Uh-oh. That is a big dig spot. If it helps, one of the puppers is made of ice. And so it's not actually, like, real. It's just an ice creature taking puppy shape. I have to assume because I am in puppy shape, obviously. Polar bear? Okay, that's a really good one. Yup, that is polar bear. I just opened my walkthrough to double check this, and it told me not to bother with this yet. And so I will tell you right now, because I am curious and I am here, and so I want to think about digging, but if my walkthrough is not able to tell me whether or not there are spiders in it, I am not going to take the risk. I assume that I'm not able to interact with it because I need the item from the upcoming dungeon and it'll probably send me there on my way back, but mostly the reason that I'm checking walkthroughs before I dig is there have been far too many digs where what I landed on was spiders, and I know that I'm in the middle of the snow right now, which means I know spiders are not topical, and I still do not trust. And so until I see what is in this cavern, I am not digging for it. We will just be satisfied with our polar bear. Oh goodness. Where is my scent trail? Because I am kind of like falling right now. Okay, there it is. I can see so much better without the senses on. Whoops. We're just jumping. Okay, so I am not immediately recognizing that name, Kate. Tell me something. Okay, nothing that way. Goes this way. Okay, once again. He's gone up. And I have a couple of directions, including that. Oh, there is another Poe there. And also a bunch of... Okay, it looks like keys to me. Which I'm not entirely sure. Keys are very difficult to get a read on. And they're just at a distance. Oh gosh. This is a very unpleasant walking experience when I'm a human. Interesting. Really? Okay. Oh, I was a little bit late on that one. Okay. Oh, too high. Really? Okay. Delightful. And another big spot right near the tree. Fascinating. Okay, so what's interesting? Ah, oh, I see. I do go past those keys, but I'm supposed to be following the scent this way. Ooh. Heart. Yay! Indirectly following, because it is tall enough to just clamber right up here, and that is slightly worrisome. Their writer. Oh! Oh, Kate, that's actually really funny. Joseph Kerr is a writer, but that is the name of an alias of the Joker in the Batman comic books, which means that is a deep take on that. Well done. Very clever. Okay, let's hope I can actually deal with these as a wolf. I guess I don't really have to. Oh, good. Well then, I didn't need to make that complicated. Interesting. Okay, so it goes up. Okay, this is not an around, but this does look different. All of the other ones that I've gone around have been like rock, and then I go around and I find the snow, and this is the snow. And Midna is not talking to me. We can definitely make this jump, girl. Where's your little, like, ding ding that says so? Oh, not what I meant to do. Items. I could bomb it. I do not think that there are other options. Ugh. He's very bad. You know what we can't do, though? Bomb some Dodongos. You're right, we can't, because there aren't any Dodongos here. There's just ice. Feels like a tricky throw, which makes me question that as a solution. I can still use a fish bomb and not the water, right? Gosh, Link. He is so bad at moving in this. Okay, so if bomb, not right spot for bomb. Okay. Link is very bad at moving in this. Why is she acting like there's something wrong? You were gonna make a joke about ice keys. Okay. Fair. I only thought that because of the wild boars. This is very interesting that there's so many ways to go and we're supposed to go this way. Ooh. Keysman! Keysman! Yes, that solution was literally just hit your head against the wall. But I think specifically as a wolf, which like sort of makes sense because Link does not move well in the snow, and so they clearly intend for me to do this section as a wolf, which is why the enemies are killable as a wolf, you can sense things better as a wolf, and specifically Link, I did actually try rolling into the wall as Link, but the roll button doesn't actually work because he's so deep in snow he can't do a roll. And so I was like, oh, that's a shame, because it did occur to me, maybe I should roll into the wall and see what happens, like beat my head against it. But you actually have to be a wolf, which means it's the dash headbutt feature that you learn about when you're on the wild boar instead of being on a Pona. Sorry, Moosh. When you're on the wild boar, otherwise known as Moosh 2.0, and you have to break down all those gates. Same principle, apparently. Kisarangs in the Keysmobile. Nintendo's lessons about problem solving are getting progressively more self-destructive. Are you surprised? Super weird that this smelly dude, like, deliberately took the journey. I think that's more ice keys. Deliberately took the journey up to this howling stone to no good purpose before continuing on, even though he couldn't go anywhere. Very pretty view, though. Like, very pretty view. How lovely. What? This one's gonna be trash chat. Okay, so it didn't like that. So let's listen again. Oh, okay, I held it too long. Good enough, it let me play a wrong note, sort of, kind of, as I was flipping. Whoo! Once again. This is probably one of the prettier, like, landscape art. Now I have to do it a second time. At least they leave my music. I like that they leave what I played. And at least we get a pretty view when we're howling. But I don't love the howl mechanic. I do not love the howl mechanic. I think that that is very poor controls for it. Some of them were at the beginning. Like, I think the first one we had to howl was Zelda's Lullaby or something like that. So I think we've had at least the one overlap, possibly two, because I think we might have had something that was like the Sun song. But the difference is, for most of the previous songs, we've been working with 4 notes because we have 4 buttons. For these songs, we are working with only 3 notes, which means any songs from previous games that required 4 buttons in order to play, we can't do because we only have 3. And so Zelda's Lullaby only requires 3. technically the Sun Song only requires 3, but it actually requires like a different 3 than the ones that I have, and so I don't think I'm correct. I think the only one we've heard that was a repeat was Zelda's Lullaby, and I think one of them just reminded me of it. Yes, they can play with rhythm, but I think it's mostly the throttling of the fact that in Ocarina of Time you had 4 notes, and in Majora's Mask you had 4 notes, and in this you have 3 notes. And in Wind Waker, you have 4 notes. Because, yeah, because Wind Waker also used the directional stick for music, and it used up, down, left, right, and for whatever reason this one only uses up, nothing, down. And so it could have had 5 notes, and yet. Great, yeah. I don't know where he's gonna be, but it doesn't matter. Oh, he's gonna be there. I see. Where is that? And where am I? I don't think that's anywhere near where I am. I think I'm, like, here? Oh, I'm all the way over there. Gosh, and he just leapt out of our mutual hallucination and landed here? That's crazy, dude. That's a level of fast travel that I cannot even aspire to. I'm sorry about the pepper violence. Ooh. Oh, there's a dig spot right at the end of the scent trail. Uh-oh. Oh, chat. Eek. Well then. Whew! Great dodge. So these guys apparently do recreate themselves, so I guess that means I can't think about this too much. We're just gonna have to go. Okay, Ice Cavern gives me hope. Oop. I am very nervous. There's a lot of dig potential here. So this thing can dig and climb ladders. If a snow wolf rolls over, does it get bigger? Oh. Well, based on the fact that they respawn after they explode into ice particles in the snow, yes, because they are able to just be more snow. Okay, this is interesting. Because this creature is tall enough to just hop up some of these ledges, but small enough that he fit through that dig spot because, like, this is where the scent trail went. And also has hands to climb. Maybe can fly rather than is big. Maybe this creature can fly and dig. We're looking for Mega Man X! I knew it! Hilarious. Or Knuckles. Maybe both. Like, does anyone else experience this cavern as very much a threat? Ah. Kind of looks like a sleeping Keese. I really hope some of these give me arrows. I guess I will take the health of a monster. Once you've seen one scary cavern, you've seen them all. Woo! Okay. So these things are actually quite hard to kill as a human. Unfortunate. But oh well. Such is life. Maybe this will also have the heart of a monster in it. How kind. I'm assuming I'm supposed to climb out of here. Before I go up these vines, I will check. Jeez. I don't know why that shocked me, but it did. That's fine. I'm fine. Oop. Oop. Fabulous. Despite all of the panic, that worked. Poison Dart Frog, do not test. Do not test. I wish I could see up. And also in D&D. D&D is very creative about spiders. Interesting. And so it does have hands, one presumes. Whatever it is, because it clearly opened this door. We're not even at the dungeon, chat. We're just following the smell. Right? Oh my stars. Oh, okay, except there is kind of a giant monster there? Okay, we do have to swing in time. There's also a that way. I feel like I'm expecting a mini-boss fight, but he's also not moving. Though he is carrying a fish. I want to check smell, but I also want to, like, deal with all of these keys. Come on. He's just... Whoa! No, no, no! Bad, 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 bad! Shoot, 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 shoot. Thank you. We are going to do our best. Okay. Okay. Just need to get these two at once. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the giant creature holding the fish to try to attack me. He is holding my fish. Like, the smell is right there. Okay, I'll be honest. This looks a lot more like an NPC than like a boss, because his design is sort of like a... His friend? I am starting to become suspicious that maybe it is a friend, though that smelly fish is very smelly. Genuinely, the frog lady said they rarely spawn, and then Grogu kept eating them and they kept playing it for laughs, which is in fact genocide. Face your enemy as a beast. Okay, no, but for real, the controls for attacking as a wolf are so much easier because Midna is like hyper powered. That is a sick tail. He's got the depression, which is relatable. Yes, yes, it is Cape Bloomer. It's thematic for the weather. Fire. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. Um, oh dear. Um, possibly friend, possibly kidnapper, depending on how many of these wolves he collects? Question mark? This is giving you Bugs Bunny vibes now. Is it because of the size of the eyes? I couldn't tell. Like, it kind of almost looks like his face has built-in goggles. I found a shiny! You're right. Clearly, this is just a Pokemon Go player. The snow monster who steals them and wants to hug them and pet them and name them George. I will hug him and pet him and name him George. I remember that one. I remember that one. He does have a Pokemon trainer hat. I like. I'm so sorry, man. I accidentally mistook you for the final boss of this area, but actually, you seem to be a really good guy. Ooh, red color wolf looks tasty, but tonight fish night. Maybe another time. Got a red Gyarados and a shiny wolf. Correct. Um, uh, sorry. You are worried about me transforming where this thing can see me because you think it might scare him. Midna, babe. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it would scare him. He seems pretty chill. Sorry, I'm assuming pronouns. They seem pretty chill. I bet they'd be fine. He doesn't know about Pokeballs, just holds the monsters by the tail. Yeah, you're right. Whoa! I heard ruckus. Oh, human. I see humans not often, Why human come to snows? Spiritual journey. This is the best. Babes, yes. I am absolutely on a spiritual journey to find my inner coolness. I'm totally looking for my true self. This guy's idea of what I'm doing here is much better than what I'm actually doing here. Can this be the game now? This is the chill stream. It's chill, we're chill, he's chill, the snow's chill. Like, we're just chilling. What happens if I say yes, though? Hold on, because this is not actually what I'm doing. He is male identifying? Thank you, Kate. That actually makes me feel better. I, I mean, technically what I'm looking for is a monster. And a mirror shard. And a dungeon, maybe. But I like his answer better. What if I just say I'm looking for my true self? Am I allowed to say that? Will the game punish me? Correct indeed. The best answer. 10 out of 10. This guy is my favorite new friend. This is like Plum Birdie Muffin, who's just like, I don't need to talk to humans, actually. We now have this guy who I'm like, he's like, are you looking for your true self? I'm like, yes, I am. And he just laughs at me and is like, you look for a long time. Babes, you don't even know English grammar. And honestly, you destroyed me without it. No need. And you're right, actually, I am looking for a mirror, so it's not entirely untrue. That was joke. Yeti's joke. Babe. I love him. Can I adopt him? You look for something else. Tell truth. Yes, I am looking for something else. I love so much that they bothered. You look for mirror in such faraway place. Why you not say so before? Yet you make haha. But you make good climb, and you lucky meet me. I found shiny mirror piece. Same mirror you look for, You come to house and see yourself. I caught fish. I make you hot meal. My house far away. We slide. Do like me. Okay, headbutt the tree. Jump with 1 foot on the icicle. And learn a new mechanic. As a human or as a wolf? Yeti make haha reminded me. I don't remember. Oh. Oh, we skateboard in chat. I am frightened. I can't see him anymore. I can see that there's random money in places that I am not going to manage to care about right now. Where did he go? Chat, do you think he went here? Oh, dang. Oh, dang! Okay, we got the best money. I feel like I should be doing cool tricks, and yet I'm very worried about falling off. Oops. Uh-oh. Is that where he lives? I am very worried about falling off. Because I went up when I didn't really mean to. Ow. Oh, good! Oh, we just get to go up again. Can you have any sort of... Okay. The controls on this thing, I have some opinions on, and that's okay. We're just gonna limp our way to the end. Oh, Link. That was so dramatic, given that I was doing the skateboard push. Oh, Yeti do good laugh comedy together. So wholesome, good love to see this. Hyrule need more to laugh do together. That's funny. Okay, so the jumping across trees was pretty cool. I liked that bit. And apparently he lives here. Whoop. Hi, Midna. Here with a question mark. I do want to remind everybody that we did in fact lose track of him. Oh. Here? What's with this guy? He's got a nice place for a beast man. Excuse you. There is a posthole up there. I see him. I see him and I want to do something about it. It made the "you found a secret" noise when I got the slide, but not when the Yeti did it. Well, that's because, Poison Darth Frog, for the Yeti it wasn't a secret. He already knew. This does keep going up, right? Come here. Love that. Oh, I missed one somewhere, chat. That is unfortunate. You had already seen someone else do it, but when you just copy their actions, the game is like, you figured that out all by yourself. Congratulations. You're so smart. Yes. Okay, you know what would actually wreck me though? Because the thing is, chat, I think this might be the dungeon. And if this is the dungeon, I am genuinely worried that he might be the boss still, and I don't want to hurt him. Imagine if that noise went off every time you used your keys to get into your own house. You have some good news about that? He is not the boss? Because that would be great. What's the bad news? Sorry, are you about to tell me good news, he's not the boss? Bad news, the boss is an ice spider. Psych! Like... I'm glad he's not the boss. No ice spider. Okay. You don't remember entirely, but you have... Does he die? Even if he's not the boss, does he die? You know who the boss is, but you won't say? What? What? What do you mean you know who the boss is? The bosses have been monsters this whole time. What do you mean who? Okay, that seems pretty cool, actually. Let's go in. Because I am suspicious. I'm hearing music. That's a Posol. You remember thinking this part of the game was cool. Very funny. Welcome to the dungeon we got. Well, I'd say fun and games, but it's gonna get pretty traumatic, actually. Okay, so this armor is suspicious. There's an ice keys up there, and there's a Poe right in the middle. There's a couple of ice keys, actually. Hold on. Let's do a target practice super quick. That was fun. Can I get the second one? Cool. There might be more of them, but those were the two that I could see. One keys, two keys, or one keys, two keys. So first of all, it's definitely one keys, two keys, red keys, blue keys. Sorry, fire keys, ice keys, but red keys, blue keys. Definitely one keys, two keys, red keys, blue keys. And I think the thing that's confusing me the most is the word that this is most similar to in English is geese, which means it would be one coos, two keys. And so keys would be the plural already. But I much prefer, oh, phooey. There's a one of those guys too. I really want to deal with the Postal separately from the blob. I don't know if I'm going to have that option. Oh. No, thank you. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. He's just kind of hanging out. Come on. Oops. That is a bigger problem for the wrong button. There we go. The blob is going to have to wait. I am busy killing a Poe. Okay, now I can be a human. Then you have old Keys, new Keys. Poeing 747. Okay, so my guess is I slide on the floor. Okay. So human Link slides on floor. Let's learn some mechanics. Wolf also slides on floor, but way less than human Link. His starts and stops are better. So that is important. Sorry, who is that? That is the Zora Queen? Is that the Zora Queen who gave us her husband's armor? Or is that just a picture of a random being that I'm not supposed to recognize? No, it is, because that's part of the water temple. No, not part of the water temple. That is a painting of the two monsters that we had to make jump around to get into the sacred grove. And that is a painting of the Arbiter's grounds, the top bit where, like eventually when we get into the center, like that's just the entrance to Arbiter's grounds. And when we get into the center there, that's where the mirror was and the stones. These are extremely suspicious. Why are there paintings of the story? Someone's got a crush. Well, that's fair. She does seem to be... Okay, well, that doesn't really go anywhere, and that doesn't really go anywhere, and these chandeliers aren't doing anything yet. Okay, he has a duplicate painting of her, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen, because that's the exact same painting hung on the wall. Whoa! Okay, no, this is fine. It's just that thing. I got surprised. Is that why he was catching fish? Attempting to, like, meet his lady love? Okay, so we are going to need fire arrows or something else with the capability. I didn't mean to slide down there because I wanted to observe that picture, which I do not recognize at all. So there is a door here and there's a door here. Sorry, this is my favorite entry room, and I can't go that way yet. But there is a door there too. I don't recognize... Ugh, the camera is super uncooperative about this. I don't recognize that painting. And so I think that makes it more suspicious to me that I don't recognize him. You wife? No. Yep. Like the Ents that forget what their wives look like. Yes! That's very funny. Okay, so I'm suspicious about whoever that dude is. Anyways, let's forge straight ahead. Why not? Oh, into a cutscene. Hello? This does not look like the same person? Being? Who? Sorry, I have sickness. Come closer? Oh, there's so many paintings in this room. There's a second copy of Arbiter's Grounds. That's the castle. What is that? A second copy of the castle. Wow, Nintendo really said, let's double every painting here. What is that one? I am not recognizing that one. Interesting. So, I am sick. Highly contagious. Come closer. You cute little human. Husband told me you come. You want to look at mirror, Oh, he can't be looking for a fish wife. He's got a Yeti wife. Male identifying, though. He did already have a wife. Is he painting his own Spot the Difference game? I am actually starting to get suspicious that they're squatters and that whoever lived here is long gone and they took up residence. Possibly because she's not feeling well and he needed to make sure she had a fire. She's got a belly button lint wife. She's got a blanket on. He was fishing for a wife. It just happens to be for his wife to eat. Yep. Yep. Very well done, Kate. Nice manipulation of grammar. My husband found it. It pretty thing, But since I get mirror, I get sick, and then bad monsters appear. So many bad things happen since mirror. Okay. So I'm saying it now, chat. We're saving her life by getting the mirror out of here. Please tell me that that's what happens and that I don't have to accidentally kill her. Thank you. So we lock bedroom on 3rd floor where it hangs. Wait, I tell you where key is. Oh my gosh, the easiest dungeon map I've ever seen. Fever makes head blurry, but it probably here in room marked by this symbol. So we think it's in the room with the flag? There's a few theories about the paintings. Their house is so big they need a map. Another theory that it's not their house. So one of my theories about the paintings is that this Yeti wife is actually some kind of seer, because it's a very common thing in Zelda games to have the 7 sages on principle, even if they don't make an appearance. They're basically like lineage of magic kind of thing. And so they might not know who they are at the beginning of the game. It might get revealed to them midway through. And we have seen a vague introduction of the concept of that, because there were those glowy beings that were trying to like pin Ganon down, and then one of them was killed, and that was very, very ugh. But I do wonder, because this is a game where we have seen Zelda, even under the domain of Twilight, still had power. She was able to pass her light self on to Midna, and then evaporate. Spoilers, I guess. And so I am suspicious that there still exists this concept of those lines of power. And this area is not covered by Twilight right now. And so my theory, which is based on absolutely nothing other than the existence of these paintings, is that this Yeti wife is a seer, and she paints the things that she sees and then hangs them on her wall. And if she has seen something more than once, that means it is important, and she still needs to record its importance, and so she will paint it multiple times, which means that guy that she saw, important enough to get one painting, but it's clearly old, which is why we can't really like see through it. But like the Queen of the Zoras, 2 paintings right there, because there was stuff that I needed from that queen, otherwise the story would not progress. And now we're looking at castles, now we're looking at Arbiter's Grounds, now we're looking at some of these other things that are clearly key places. Now, my non-lore brain says, oh, they already had the art for it, and so they just put art in the art. But anyway, that's the theory I have decided on. I welcome hearing other theories. So there's an up, there's more up, and then there's this up. Great. This place was owned by royalty since it's a mansion. Fair enough. And therefore they have all the historically mandated art that royalty would have. It is quite sprawling. I enjoy that theory because my favorite thing about fantasy is how the fantastical elements interact with the story. And so royalty is a normal thing, not a fantasy thing. And fighting people with swords, technically also a normal thing. Like, swords are not the fancy thing. Your magic weapons are the fancy thing. And so royalty, fair, valid. This is clearly a mansion and these Yeti clearly are squatters and did not build this place. But I love the idea of like pulling as much as I can out of the extant lore of the game and being like, how do I make this even more magical? I want it to be magical. This game has been sad. So the more direct route would be to go right. I don't know why I so desperately want to go left. Poison Darthrock, thank you so much for redeeming Kaboom! Otherwise known as Dehydrate. I will have a couple more of my dill pickle chips. The fact is, we have no idea, so any headcanon works. Cheese souffle lays. You will have to tell me if that is in any way worth it. You want to dehydrate? Just exist for a little while in this weather. That's correct. I mean, at least I don't particularly feel... Kate. Cheese souffles, indeed. So I'm definitely gonna have to head towards the red flag. No! Can't even get up. Would you bring it to me? Start with door right here. Alrighty then. Can do, will do. Gotta help the sick lady, right? Interesting. Have you considered growing arms? Hilarious. You! Hello. Are you making fish? Wife look bad, not healthy since mirror, so I make soup for her. Fish from Zora village are most nutritious. You tired, You have some. It give you energy. I am not tired, and I'm also afraid of your soup. Aha! Look away. So Lemby welcome, and you showed up at a great time. So far, I think the only opinions being offered are that we've kind of decided it's a tail, and that is a very thick one. Question, that's clearly a saddle. Who gets to ride his head? Amazing. Is she a veggie tail out? Kate. That is the first thing I thought as well. Great. I like that they gave me the warp immediately, because I was worried about that somewhat. Oh, I can't draw a sword in this room, chat. Which means we're gonna have to do this the long way, because I want to know if any of these have arrows in them. The thing is, this dungeon has already played on my good guy instincts, and so I just need to remind y'all, we are the villain. But my good guy instincts are freaking out slightly about this because I really genuinely want to make their lives better. I would like to help them. Sorry, what is that? Okay, just a hook, not cured meats. I want to help them. And that means I think this game will punish me for that wish. Beaver Yeti. Yes. Yup. I mean, it almost looked a little bit like a bird. Like, dude, there's just so much junk in your trunk. And yeah, his hat is clearly a saddle. Did you eat a horse at some point? Because that also wouldn't surprise me. You are a growing boy. If you ever have to challenge a centaur to a race, challenge them to a race on horseback, as in the centaur will also have to get on a horse. Awful. Very funny, though. Why am I so frightened of going through this door? And this is the real dungeon, chat. Ooh. Okay. So we can't go through that door. And we also can't get to that door, which is the more direct route. Because that one is blocked. And we can't climb on this, even though we can clearly climb on this? Okay, that's fine. So what we need to do is somehow get something in there, which makes me think it's gonna come from up there and be pushed down. So there is also that bit in the middle and this block here. So this one is frozen. These two work. I'm right to be frightened? I don't like that. Ah, okay. So I need to get blocks onto the thingy, and then I can at least progress. I mean, I understand the assignments so far, because this is the simple slidey puzzle. Some of these slidey puzzles are no doubt going to be very difficult. You brain faster than you type. It's a common problem. Perfect. So I can go not the way that I want to go, because I definitely want to go through either of those doors. Actually, I want to go through the lower of those doors. But I guess I have to go into this room. I am frightened and worried. I am so frightened and worried. Me when all the time. Okay, so I still can't deal with the ice thingy. Are they showing me this is a dual dungeon? Yeah, I have to be aware of the wolf potential. Hello? Oh dear. Okay. That is a big lock. I like that it's a heart. That looks complicated, and why is there a cannon? Okay. Whoa! Hi, wolves. Come on. Why am I not hurting them? I am not hurting them as much. So they are not one-hit kills in this dungeon, which is crazy. there's a treasure chest here, I think. Cute. Can I open these? What a smart doggo. I got a key. Okay, so my impressions of the room. Obviously, we can't just go to the other side, which is kind of sad news bears, because this courtyard would be so much easier to navigate if I could just melt this wall of ice. Oh wait, I didn't come in through the door. I came in through the here. I was like, I have nowhere to go because I came in from this side. That is not entirely true. I like that I can technically jump through this window, but they're gonna make me use the door. Okay. Okay. Oops. Well then. Apparently we're gonna be people. What are those? Can I shoot them? Whoop! Well, that's fun. Ooh! Okay, so I can stab them, but sometimes they retaliate. We're learning. Can it see me? Kind of. It did turn. Whoop. Okay, the jump is not it, chat. Oof. Oh, these are going to be very destructive to my health. I need to get better at that. I mean, technically I maybe didn't need to kill those guys. Maybe I didn't need to kill those guys. I feel like a lot of the monsters are going to be ice monsters, and I'm not really prepared to deal with that. Uh-oh. What do you mean we can't go back? Can I shoot them? But nope. Same problem as before. Oh, this is hard. Okay, so I have to have better reaction times, because I did double hit the one that I just bounced against the wall that was very close to me. So double hit is a possibility, just not if you're bad, which I am. Interesting. There's a small chance there might be ice in this dungeon. I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you. So I have 3 things in bottles, and I think one of them is oil, but I don't know which one. Interesting. I don't know which one. Hey devs, ice monsters. That's so funny. Okay. So I'm clearly going around okay, fancy treasure in a different room that I can see. Every part of that camera pan was suspicious to me. Link. Hey Midna, you know what killed the dinosaurs? He is, yep. I don't trust this room at all. And I wish I had another bottle. Okay, we're gonna... Yep. Oh my gosh. That, okay, this enemy design is cool as heck. Ow. I mean, I said cool as heck. And I did, mean it, and also amazing. Great. I love that enemy design. That was a great enemy design. But also very hard to kill if I don't have fire. I would love some fire. So many of these rooms. Okay, okay, I'm curious. We have Arbiter's Grounds. We have the Queen again. We have the Sacred Grove again. I wish I could burn these tapestries down and see what they are. Okay, what are you? Did anyone else see Link's face switch real quick from a smile to this slight frown? I'm sorry, I thought I was gonna get a key. So I think we have to help him make soup, chat. I think we're gonna have to make soup. And that's kind of delightful. What's this? This isn't right. She got the wrong location. Want to go back and try to get her to remember where the key is? I mean, I kind of want to just keep going. But I guess I'll go back. I know that this looks like moving on, but it's actually... Ooh. I wish I could push that. It's okay. But it's actually sneakily... Can I jump over this? I can. Interesting. Okay, so I have to get to it from the other side and push. Fascinating. Well, alright then, I tried. Back to the kitchen. No, the map's right. What flavor? Pumpkin. You have pumpkin. First of all, this man just body checked me and then looked through my pockets, grabbed out an entire pumpkin. I was worried about hurting him. I don't want to hurt him. He's great. He's perfect. This is amazing. This is my best friend. Now, kind of remember when Link was holding that pumpkin in front of him and it was like double the size of his head? Look at that teensy weensy pumpkin in these monster paws right here. Look at that. Look at that teensy weensy pumpkin. Babes, you can have my pumpkin. I would have handed it to you, but... You know, Yetis will be Yetis. Sometimes you gotta push him down and steal stuff from his pockets. Sir, I could teach you manners, but instead I'll be amused by you. At least he thanked me. And we can taste if we want. Okay, I'm starting to think. Oh, I have to do a scoop. Okay. Which one is this? Perfect. You put good soup in your bottle. It smells like pumpkins. It will replenish 4 hearts. I do in fact need some hearts. I can understand your confusion, Kate, since everything is yellow. You better be careful what food you're carrying when you talk to this guy. If it's the thing he wants, man, nothing will save you. No pumpkin spice lattes for the get-togethers. Absolutely not. Okay, but that's nice to have just a little bit of health in my pocket. What has it got in its pockets is pumpkin soup. That's what I got in my pockets is. Okay, let's go talk to sweet little lady again. Hello, precious. How are you feeling? You find it? What? Pumpkin? But why there? No good. Where I leave it? Maybe in that room. Okay. She's just casually going to make me explore this entire place. Check room I marked on map. Does she just have the power to open these gates with her mind? Because it sure seems like she does. Fascinating. I am vastly amused by this. And once again, is anyone recognizing that? I feel like I need to sneeze. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm probably gonna need to sneeze again. But we'll see if I can hold it in. Okay, so there's Wolf Boys. Oof, that's so much worse than puppy on puppy violence. It's also made worse by the snow sucking. So for a lot of the ice ones, it's like a timing thing, kind of. Hello? So much easier when I'm a wolf. Okay, interesting. So that is locked. Don't know what I think about those walls behind it. That looks like a catapult mechanism. Oh, a cannon. I see. What the heck is that? It's an ice sculpture that is breathing. Okay, I'm not quite sure what to do because I feel like I need these cannonballs to go in this cannon to shoot that thing. And or to shoot all of this ice. What can I interact with in this room? Because I can't. Wait, did I? Yeah, no. I don't have a key. So I need to go digging in the snow. Oh. I need to go digging in the snow. Very close to the terrifying monster. who it appears has still not noticed me. Thank goodness. He's just a friendly ice monster. Don't mind its many eyes. I do feel like they have to be eyes because the little ones that had the one red dot, when I moved in front of it, the red dot followed me. Very creepy. He's just a little guy who's actually kind of huge. Like, I'm finding him intimidating. I'll say that much. I'm finding him intimidating. But now I have cannonballs? Maybe. I have 3. And not yet the ability to come into this room from that direction, but maybe soon. And there's another one up there. I was like, ooh, a ladder I can climb, but that's breathing. Like, do they operate by the same principles as the little guys? Where if I, like, hit them, they will respond with extreme violence? Poke one with an arrow? Fabulous idea. I can't tell if I missed or if it did nothing. Okay, so the last one I poked with a claw shot, I am afeared of that. From a distance. I really don't think that's doing anything. Okay, if you hit me with a sword, I'm not sure I wouldn't respond with extreme violence. Listen. Shoot, I don't have my blow-up lightsaber anymore. I am unclear on the assignment. I'm worried I'm going to waste these cannonballs because I only have 3. I am afraid of that thing. So there's ice going that way, but ice going that way doesn't help me. I'm trying to go that way, which means I need to somehow get past the one. No, I need to, like, do something to that one. Actually, hold on 1 second. First of all, what is that noise? Second of all, what is this secret room doing here? This is underneath the giant one. Oh, I bet that noise was it getting aggroed by where I am and, like, breathing ice or something. Actually, that's not as concerning as I expected. Okay. I'm tempted by the store. Because the cannon in its current orientation does not help me. I wonder if I can spin it. I'm tempted by this door because it's the right direction. Oh, cannon, ice, these things. Ugh. No, get away. Oop. Come on, come on, come on. No? Okay. Whoop! Oh, come on. That's unfair. I was trying to stab you. Did I succeed? It's interesting that in this room they're moving in a way that they did not move in the other room. Can I do this again? Yep. I mean, it didn't really get him any closer to me. We need more animated open mouth emotes facing the other way. That's fair, actually. Come on. I know you wanna hurt me. Oh. This is what I mean by they respond with violence, is they just turn into a pinball. The ones in the first room didn't creepily stalk me like this. I like it though, because since I'm on the edge and I'm above them, they can't, like, hit me. But I do need him to come this way. Very nice. Okay, so... This is a very big cannonball. I thought that was gonna roll more than it did. Okay. That's too funny. I want to know if I can hurt them with the cannonball. But so far... I am very much on the edge. There's a bunch of them here, yeah? Ho! Okay, so they do get insta-crushed by the cannonball. Got 2 for 1. It would be fun being a bouncy slidey monster, but they might also get sick. Okay. So, am I able to shoot this cannonball more than once? Is my first question. Is this instructions for how to use a cannon? Rock type strong against ice type. Noted. Duly noted. Insert iron, continue, put in, explosion, launch. Go, Geodude! That wasn't really an explanation. And I can't seem to move it. So, there's that as well. Insert iron, continue, put in, explosion, launch. I don't have fire. Like, this doesn't even have a wick. Okay, this is the only thing in this room. I have to be able to solve this. I do not have a wick. I do not have a thing to light on fire. I do not have an interaction button with this cannon at all, which is weird because I figured it would have let me turn it. Because, like, I'm gonna need to be able to fire that way. You would think. Like, right now, if I were able to fire it, it would go there. Has anyone thought about trying the spinning wheel? Oh, I have missed an opportunity to try the spinning wheel of death on the ice things. Rock? I put a cannonball in there I guess I could shoot my slingshot at it. So I already put a cannonball inside the cannon. It said insert and I said A. And so there is a cannonball inside. Cool, that's a useful button. Okay. So for whatever reason, I need a cannonball and a bomb to operate a cannon. Oh, thanks for the 5 bombs. That would have been a much better hint if you gave it to me before the cannon. Okay. How do I turn the cannon? So I am suspicious that because I put the cannonball in, I couldn't turn it. Yeah, hold on. It gave me a thing that time. 1 second. Yep. Should I try to destroy all of the ice? It is weird that it wouldn't let me turn it after I put the cannonball in. Lovely. Is there something in between these two ices? I can't quite see. Nintendo, try grabbing until it works. Yep, that is the normal problem with Nintendo, isn't it? Interesting. Okay, so we have learned how cannons work. Which I suppose is helpful? So I guess the other cannon I really do have to turn around and see if I can shoot the terrifying thing with all the eyes. Probably. But also... that kind of seems like it's going to be a next week problem. So I should go through the door. Because I remember, can I carry cannonballs through a door that I open? I cannot. That is what I thought. See, that was the issue I was having in the first room. They're behind a door and the door isn't open. And so I don't actually know how to get the cannonballs to the cannon in that main area, even though I did use a key to unlock the cannonballs. I am puzzled by that still, but I imagine the situation will become apparent by the next time I loop back around, because there's a couple of things that I didn't really interact with, but I probably could. Okay, so I'm gonna do the thing that I did last time. Don't forget to look away when I use the terrifying she-chicken. But I'm gonna go into this next room and then I'm gonna use Ochoko, whatever the pronunciation is, because last time I used it before I entered a door and I had to redo that entire room and it was a very long room. Have an ice day. Yeah. Also health themed and failed. Yeah. Because, like, house themed makes me think realty, makes me think location, location, location. But you can't make a pun on that. Like, ice mansion, I suppose, but that's not really all that funny in context. Have an nice day is actually quite funny. Froze in. Oh, that's good. That right there is good. I'm gonna steal that. Door. Please don't have something attack me immediately. Ooh, fun! I'm on an upper floor. And so I can fall. Oh, I'm not on an upper floor. This is terrifying. Look away from the crazy chicken. Yes, I would like to go outside, please. Like, again, ooh, there's claw shots. Okay, I think I understand that room a little bit better. Like, to a certain extent, this is a much more puzzly dungeon than it is filled with enemies. And so saving the game and just having to re-enter the dungeon doesn't seem that bad. But then at the same time, there's a reason that the mechanic of the terrifying chicken is here. And even though we don't like it, we can still use the mechanic. Dunge in also works. Okay, so if you've seen Delicious in Dungeon, it kind of makes me want to say froze in Dungeon. Froze in Dunge in. How many times can I say that pun before it's not funny anymore? I'm not sure. I did just drop something. 1 second. Oh, my chair is so high. My chair is so high. Okay. I actually quite like this dungeon so far, which once again makes me feel like I'm setting myself up for a twist that will gut me. So just a reminder, folks, I am afeared and worried because I love this new friend, the Yeti, and I love this Yeti's wife, and I love how caring he is. The fact that he would go all of the way to the Zora village to get a terrifyingly smelly fish in order to try to look after her. The fact that he would push us over and steal a pumpkin from us to make her soup taste better. These are very important characteristics that I love in an NPC, and I am therefore utterly terrified because if there is one thing that I have learned about this game, it is that nothing that I care about is safe. And so this game wants to hurt me. It wants me to be sad. And that means I am kind of worried they're both going to die. So thank you again, Kate, for being very clear that I was not going to have to fight the Yeti as the boss. But I am still afraid, Yeti, I am still afraid that something's gonna happen to them. And that'll make me really sad. And so I am frightened. But the dungeon itself so far is quite fun. And that's kind of neat. But part of what makes it fun is that it is a more puzzly dungeon, and I've always loved the puzzly dungeons, and I always struggle a little bit with the combat-focused dungeons. Sorry, excuse my yawns. This was a cool and chill stream. It literally couldn't be anything else. Thank you so much, y'all, for popping in and hanging out during this ridiculous heat wave. If you are in one of the countries that is suffering from the heat wave, I am very sorry. And I hope that staring at snow and ice and watching me nearly freeze to death was at least a little bit cathartic for you while the world is far too warm. So once again, if you happen to be a secret billionaire or you happen to know a billionaire, maybe just gently suggest that instead of being a billionaire, they could try to fix this. Because, like, it's a lot of money. No biggie. I clearly have more dungeon. I have not even explored 2 whole floors of their house. So while I am frightened, we will continue to explore Snowpeak Ruins, I believe was the name of this. The lovely mansion with the creepy paintings. Billy in. That's very funny. That is quite amusing. Okay. I think what we'll try to do... So I'm going to drop a raid message in the chat because I do see Palagen is currently live. And I know Palagen from Plumberry Muffins streams. And she is a lovely human being. I haven't spent a lot of time in her streams before. And so I would say please don't presume family friendliness until we get there and know. I'm seeing that she's playing the game Roamstead, which I have never heard of. So I have no idea what we're in for, but I kind of figured maybe let's go hang out there anyways. Haha. So let me see. Oh, there. There we be. There's a meow. I like that. Ooh, okay. Okay, that looks reasonably fun. So we're gonna go hang out with Palagen. If y'all can come with, that would be great. Copy the raid message or don't, it's okay. Even if you do not come, thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out for a little bit with me. Thank you for enjoying the snow with me. And if you want to see more, if you want to just cool off a little bit, should be same time, same place next week. So I do stream Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So right here, just next week. And hopefully we'll have a new seasonal candy for July. I just wanted to keep the rainbows for one more day, so thanks for your patience with that as well. But feel free to have yourself a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend, and as always, until I see you next time, happy Canada Day to Canadians, and also non-Canadians, I suppose. And as always, keep it cute. Bye!